Church is a community. Church is not the building. The value of community is sharing. To take is to make a living, but to give is to make life. Hello, this is Lionel, and welcome to Music for Soul. At sa video na ito ay pag-uusapan natin ang panglimang sinyalis na tayo nawawala na sa ating pananampalataya, or in English, that we are signs that we are drifting away from God. And this is the fifth. Kung hindi mo pa napapanood yung apat na video, which is the first, second, third, and the fourth sign that you are drifting away from God, I put the description, or I put the link in the description below, so you can check it after this video. Alright, so now pag-uusapan natin ang pang-apat na sinyalis, which is yung hindi ka na, yung wala ka ng time o wala ka ng panahon na pumunta sa church or mag-join sa fellowship or mananambahan. Yun ang isang malaking sinyalis na ikaw ay talagang nawawala or tuluyang nawawala na sa iyong pananampalataya. So simulan natin yung ating point by reading the verse in the Bible, which is very famous church verse in the Bible, in the book of Hebrews chapter 10 verse 25. Simulan natin in verse 24. It says, "And let us consider how we may spur one another on toward love." I will read it again. "And let us consider how we may spur one another on toward love and good deeds, not giving up meeting together, as some are in the habit of doing, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day is approaching." So there are two ways kung paano natin titingnan itong verse na ito. The first way is it could be a command, right? And the second way is that it could be a privilege. So, what do you think, guys? Is it a command or is it a privilege? Let me know your thoughts in the comment down below. Right now, yes, not later, right now, because if you do it later, you will be influenced by what I'm going to say. So, right now, comment down below. What do you think? Is it a command or a privilege? And I want to know your thoughts so that I really happy to see what you are thinking about it. So, yun nga, ito nga sinasabi ni Apostle Paul. Apostle Paul is the author of the book of Hebrew, at sabi niya dito na hindi nga tayo mag-give up on meeting one another. And that is very important. As I said earlier, it could be a command or it could be a privilege. But as in my opinion, in my point of view, it could be both. And I could say this is both. It is a command, and at the same time, it is a privilege. Or I could say, it is a privilege that Apostle Paul is commanding us to do this. Gets mo yun? Yes, it is a privilege that Apostle Paul is commanding us or telling us to do this, because we know that going to church or meeting up one another is very essential in our spiritual life. You know, in our living, we have three basic needs, which is water, shelter, and clothing. Water, food, and shelter. Right? Water, food, and shelter. That is our three basic need. In our spiritual life, we also have three basic need. We should know this. The first one is reading the Word of God. That is very important. The second one is prayer, yung manalangin, yung pananalangin. And the third one is fellowship, yung pumupunta tayo sa simbahan, pumupunta tayo sa church. That is very important in our spiritual life. That is why if you are stopping right now, going to church, bumalik ka, kapatid, kasi kailangan mo yan. Pag hindi ka nag-church, wag mong sabihin okay lang, total nagpipray naman ako kay Lord. Wala yung mga ganong excuses, no? Kukumustahin mo yung friend mo, kumusta ka na? Sabi na, okay lang naman, and then kung tatanungin mo, pumupunta ka pa ba sa church? Sabihin nila, well, hindi na eh. Pero nagpipray pa rin naman ako. Yung mga ganong excuses na akala nila okay na, okay lang iyon. No, I will tell you, no, it's not okay. Because without reading the Word of God, without prayer, and without joining the fellowship, you can never be okay. Hindi yan magiging okay, kasi itong three basic need na ito ay kailangan natin para sa ating pananampalataya, para sa ating spiritual need. As I said, basic pa lang yan, ha? Basic. Which is marami pa. Actually, marami pa. But three basic, yon nga. sabihin ko. Kaya, that is why I said earlier, one of the sign na ikaw ay nawawala na sa iyong pananampalataya, that you are drifting away from God already, is that hindi ka na nag-church. Well, there are many reasons kung bakit ka hindi pumupunta sa church. But before that, alamin muna natin, what is church? What is church? So, church is a community. Church is not the building. Marami sa atin ang nagtithink na church is the building with the cross on the top of the roof. No, that is not the church. The church is the community. It's the people. It's not the facilities, it's not the roof, it's not the door or anything, it's not the cross. Church is the community. It is the people. I want you to know that. Remember that. Without people, it could never be church. But the church will always be a church if there are people. Wherever you are gathering, you may be in the house, it might be a Bible study or a small group or youth fellowship or whatever it is, that place or that community is a church already, because the church is not the building, as I said. Paulit-ulit, church is the people. Paulit-ulit kasi gusto kong malaman nyo that church is not that. Church is the people. Remember that. However, the reason kung bakit tayo nawala ng gana na pumunta sa simbahan is because we miss to exercise the value of community. Or, what is the value of community? The value of community is sharing. Again, sasabihin ko ulit, the value of community is sharing. Ibig sabihin, kung walang sharing in a community, then community has no value at all. It should have the sharing. And in sharing, there should be give and take. Alam mo yon, may nagbibigay, may tumatanggap. And you know what leads into sharing? It is not by taking, it is by giving. Kasi ito yung logic dun eh. If all the people only wants to take, walang nagbibigay, then wala kang matatanggap kasi walang nagbibigay. But if all of the people are giving, then lahat ng tao ay may matatanggap. Kuha mo yung logic. Yes, that is the logic doon. That is why, as I said earlier, sharing is led by giving. It is not by taking. Ika nga nila, to give is to receive. Tayo kasi na tao ay nakasanayan na kasi nating nauuna yung ating sarili. We want to take other than giving. Nakasanayan na natin. Hindi natin masisisi ating sarili because down from the generation from Adam and Eve, it is the effect or it is the carnality. Intindihan mo ba yung carnality? No. I will put it this way. It is the effect of the original sin yon. It is the effect of the original sin na ginawa ng ating mga ninuno, Adam and Eve. Yes, nagawa nilang magkaroon ng kasalanan kay Lord. Alam natin yung story na yon. And because of that, we have the original sin. And the effect of that original sin is this carnality, this sinful nature that we have right now. And one of that is being selfish, which is madalas or kadalasan ay nauuna natin. Hindi ko sinasabing inuuna talaga natin because wala naman talagang mag-a-accept dyan na selfish ako. Unless I accept mong selfish ka, so maybe inuuna mo talaga sarili mo. Pero madalas ay nauuna natin yung ating sarili, isn't it? Yes, kahit nga ako, I have the testimony right when I just bago pa lang kaming kasal ng asawa kong si Ifan, umuupo kami nagta-travel kami from Philippines to China, and then when the time that we are in the bus, I was so thirsty, uhaw na uhaw ako, so humihingi ako ng tubig kay Ifan. Sabi ko, do you have water? Sabi niya, I have water but not much. Maliit lang talaga. Tapos uhaw na uhaw kasi ako, binigay naman niya, ininom ko, inubos ko lahat. Pagkatapos nagalit siya kasi inubos ko uhaw din pala siya. Yun nga sinasabi ko, natural na sa atin yun na madalas nauuna natin yung ating sarili. Pero I want you also to know that we are not only defined by the original sin that we have right now. We are not only defined by the sin that we have or the carnality, the nature, the sinful nature that we have. We are also made in the image of God, which is, one nga doon is being communal, right? And at the same time, we also have this kind of need in ourselves to give. Because, believe it or not, sasabihin ko ito sa iyo that to take is to make a living, but to give is to make life. We need life, and we can only find life when we learn to give, when we practice giving. Yun ang isa sa mga mga wangis ng Panginoon. He even gave up His own life for us, right? So, believe it or not, what we need really in our nature is not by taking. No, what we really need is giving. The moment that we exercise giving, that's the time that we feel the fulfillment, satisfaction, the joy. That's the time. But when you just take and take and take, I think you will not have satisfaction. I think you will not enjoy it much. Enjoy, but you will not have the satisfaction. You will be more greedy, isn't it? You will be more greedy instead. So, our essence, the essence of our nature in order for us to find life is to give. I said this because as a community, it is very important for us to give. It is very important for us to practice the habit of giving rather than taking. Because when we give, that's where sharing comes in. That's where the community is being defined. The value of community is being defined. One reason na kung bakit tayo nawala ng gana na pumunta sa church is because hindi natin na-practice yung giving. Yes, hindi natin na-practice yung giving. Marami kasi sa atin. Sorry, my laptop is off. Note ko andun eh. Marami kasi sa atin na pumunta tayo sa simbahan with the thinking of, yun nga, upo, kinig, uwi. Alam mo yun, upo, kinig, uwi. O upo ka, makinig ka ng sermon, tapos uuwi. Madalas kasi sa atin, akala natin okay na yung ganon. That is fellowship already. No, that is not fellowship. Going to church is, sabi ko nga, community. There should be sharing inside. Kasi pag yun lang ginagawa mo, walang pag-grow mangyayari sa spiritual mo. Pag upo, kinig, uwi ka lang. It is very important for you to give. And believe it or not, that's what you need. That's what you need para ikaw ay mananatili sa community of believers sa simbahan. Kasi pag hindi mo na-practice yung giving, parang nawalan yung saysay, yung fellowship. Nawalan yung saysay, yung community para sa iyo. Until nga parang nag-dry ka na, mawawalan ka na ng ganang pumunta ng church at hindi ka na pumupunta ng church. So the question is, ano ba ang pwede kong maibigay? What can I give? I already give the offering. No, offering is not offering is, as a pastor, sabihin ko, offering is important, but offering is not the very thing that you need. You give the offering, akala mo okay na yun. No. Money, that is the problem of this materialistic world. No, we thought that giving is all about material things. No. You can give your knowledge, you can give your creativity, you can give your time, you can give your effort, you can give your hard work. Marami kang pwedeng gawin sa loob ng simbahan. Kasi pag yung knowledge mo, yung creativity mo, yung time mo, binuhos mo yung oras mo doon sa simbahan at nagwo-work ka doon, nagbigay ka ng effort, whenever the church is suffering, kasama ka sa mga taong nalulungkot. And also, if the church is victorious, pag naging victorious yung simbahan, kasama ka sa mga nag-celebrate, kasama ka sa mga nag-rejoice. Kasi you belong. Alam mo yon, may part ka doon eh. May part ka doon at proud na proud ka. Proud na proud ka hindi sa sarili mo, but proud na proud ka sa community. Kayong lahat. Kasi alam mo na kayong lahat ay nag-work together. Whatever is happening to the church, bad or good, kasama ka sa kasiyahan at sa kalungkutan. And that is where you get more excited. That is where you get life in the church. That is where you found community. That is where you get the value of sharing in the community. Kaya nga, sabi ko kanina, pag hindi ka nagbibigay, wala kang giving na ginagawa, talagang boring ang church life sa'yo. talagang boring ang church life sa'yo. Well, still andun tayo sa situation na ayun nga, mga kaibigan natin na or sarili mo nawawala na nga sa pananampalataya, hindi ka na nga talaga nag-church. Well, meron lang naman akong dalawang pwedeng masisi dyan. Unang-una is yung church, pangalawa is yung sarili mo. Yes, yung church. Kasi dapat alam ng church yung responsibilidad nila. Alam ng mananampalataya sa loob ng simbahan yung responsibilidad nila at alam ng administration na bigyan tayo ng bawat isa sa atin ng pagkakataon na magbigay. As I said earlier, magbigay ng kahit ano, knowledge, creativity, kahit ano pwede nating maibigay. Pangalawa, yung sarili mo. Kasi nga, madalas nating dahilan is nahihiya ako. Ganong bagay. Huwag kang mahiya. Kasi, the church is really looking for people who is willing to work. Looking for people who is willing to volunteer themselves to be a part of the work of the service of the church. Wala akong nakikitang simbahan na inaayawan nila yung taong nag-volunteer na magbigay ng tulong sa simbahan. Wala. In fact, ikinagagalak yan ng simbahan, ikinagagalak yan ni pastor, ikinagagalak yan ng administration na kung ikaw ay magbigay ng tulong. Marami akong naririnig ng mga testimony like simple things that they do in the church. Yung punas lang ng mga upuan, yung mga ganung bagay, tuwang-tuwa ka na pag yung mga nagsisimba umuupo doon sa silya na pinupunasan mo, tapos yung soul ng kapatid mo na iyon ay nailigtas, tapos nagko-commit siya na mag-serve dyan sa Panginoon. Bakit hindi ka matutuwa? Ikaw nagpunas ng silya doon Right? So, tuwang-tuwa ka na sa mga ganong, maliit lang ng bagay na iyong ginagawa. Maliit na bagay na iyong ginagawa. Gawin mo. Huwag kang mahiya. This is for the service of God. This is not about yourself. Kaya, huwag kang mahiya. Whatever it is that you can give, ibigay mo. Ibigay natin. Alam ko yan kasi I've been working in the church. I've been working in the church for how many years already? Maybe more than 10 years already. Yeah, for more than 10 years. And I started as a young people. And palagi akong andun sa simbahan. And sabihin ko ako lagi ang inuutusan ng aking pastor. And I feel so happy to do it. When I arrange even arranging the seats arranging the pews in the church. I'm so happy seeing those people enjoying their comfortable seat, knowing that I'm the one who arranged those seats in the church. Simple things like that. This is what we need. Believe it or not, we need to feel needed. Kailangan natin, in Tagalog, kailangan natin na yung feeling na kailangan tayo ng isang community. Kailangan natin yung feeling na tayo'y nakakatulong. Kailangan natin yung feeling na ako'y nagbigay. Kailangan natin yun. That is why, gawin natin iyon. As a conclusion, yun nga, sabi ni Apostle Paul, hindi natin ihinto yung ating pananambahan. Ugaliin natin iyon. Kung dumating man tayo sa panahon na parang tayo nagda-dry na, nawawala na tayo ng gana na magsamba, tanungin mo sarili mo, may ibinigay ka ba? May ibinigay ka ba sa simbahan? Kasi kung wala, maybe yun ang dahilan kung bakit nag-dry ka na, bakit nawawalan ka na ng gana. As for you, this is my advice for you, always ask yourself, may ibinigay ka ba sa simbahan? May ibinigay ka ba? In that way, that is where you are going to live in the community nang hindi ka mawawala. Hindi ka mawawala. Lagi kang active, lagi kang excited na pumunta ng simbahan. Pag alam mo na ikaw mismo ay parte ng simbahan at may ginagawa ka. So I hope that you are blessed with what you hear in this video. What do you think is the reason kung bakit maraming mananampalataya ang huminto na sa kanilang pananambahan at tuluyan na ngang nawawala sa kanilang pananampalataya? Or else I could say, what do you think is the reason kung bakit lumipat ng simbahan yung kaibigan mo or lumipat ng simbahan yung kakilala mong Kristiyano? What do you think is the reason? Let me know. And I would be so glad to read your comments. So give me your comment down below. And if you like, you can also subscribe and give me thumbs up. Thank you for watching and God bless you everyone. And see you in my next video. Remember that we are made to worship. Goodbye.